in uniform, just walk up to them, say, thank you for your service, shake their hand. Thank you and good night.
Access Fort Wayne offers reflections of our community. Production facilities provided by Access Fort Wayne are a service of the Allen County Public Library. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting organizations. For more information about creating your own television program with Access Fort Wayne, call 421-1250.
Hello, and welcome to our show, The American Veteran. I'm Dale Parrish, your host. Co-host is Carl Fowler, and sitting in with us is Dana Fowler. Before I introduce our guest, I have some little information here for the Korean War veterans. A couple of months ago, I read in our magazine, the Graybeard, that South Korea is offering gave a medal called the Ambassador Peace Medal to all veterans that served in Korea. I brought that up at one of our meetings, and nobody seemed to know anything about it. The article I read said that they had already been given. Everybody should have received one by now. So I contacted the South Korean consulate in Chicago, and they said yes, but they are giving that medal and a certificate, but right now they're out of them. They said to check back in May, and they should have them in. So I will be checking back with them, and I'll bring it back up. I'll bring it up again at one of our shows. But in the meantime, he says we don't have the medals, but we do have they call it a coin that recognizes the 60th anniversary of the Korean War. This coin has got 2010, 2013 to represent the 60th anniversary. And on the back side of it, it's got 21 flags on it to represent the 21 nations that helped Korea at that terrible time. I told him that I was vice commander of the organization, and they said, well, how many you need? About 30. And I said, well, probably 50 at least. So I sent him a letter with my address, and I counted up, I believe it was 85 in our organization and 52 that actually fought or served in Korea. About a week later, here come a box with 52 of these medals. So I think the people in our chapter will be very pleased with them.
It looks like a very desirable medal to have.
It is. It's going to be a nice keepsake.
They didn't skimp on it or anything. That's a beautiful medal.
Not at all. Anyway, our guest today is Gerard Willis. He's going to be talking about veterans issues.
How you doing, Dale?
Good, fine. Welcome to the show, Gerard.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and thank you for what you did for your veterans.
Oh.
All right. The first issue I want to talk about is the Allen County Council of Veterans. I am the chaplain of our local chapter, which is in Fort Wayne. The Allen County Council of Veterans organization was first started in 1945 by veterans headed by Frank L. Barnett, Alan Smith, Corley Crouch, Art Wilkie, and a few other members. The first bylaws were ratified by the members' organization and put into effect in May of 1945. Now, the Allen County Council of Veterans, what they do is they are the ones that actually run the Veterans Day and Memorial Day parades. Let's see. On Tuesday, October 23rd in 2012, the VA hospital in Fort Wayne closed down the ICU inpatient care unit. And this means that there were no true emergency services at the VA hospital. So if you take your hospital by an emergency service for treatment, just be aware that if you're going to the hospital, then they're going to have to send you to another hospital for any kind of emergency care, because all they have is just the ICU itself. They have the emergency room, but no ICU treatment. Our government is once again declaring veterans to be worse than second-class citizens. I'm just reading what was actually on the actual website itself. The website is accov.org. Our meetings for the Allen County Council of Veterans is March 15th, post 241 in Waynedale, April 19th, post 333 in Waynedale, and May 30th, which is the War Veterans Memorial Shrine. And we usually meet at 12 o'clock on those dates. So if anybody wants to come out and be a part of our organization, because we really do need some other members. It's only a handful of us that are running this entire parade, and if you've ever been to one of the parades, I mean there's a lot that's taken into it, and there are a lot of patrons that actually are involved in it, and doing it with just a handful of people is very difficult and is very time consuming.
So anybody or any veteran?
Any veteran.
Okay.
Any veteran. We need veterans to actually come out and participate. We need veterans to come out and become members. We just need veterans just to be a part of society and our community.
Yeah. Before you go any further, you mentioned the emergency room out at the VA.
Yes.
And they will handle or if they went out there with a broken finger, would they?
From what I understand, the actual there's an ICU department that was up on the third floor, and they had to close it down.
Yeah.
So you have the emergency room, which will take care of an emergency, and depending on what the emergency is, will depend on whether they can actually handle it there or if they have to ship you out to another hospital.
Yeah. So you're probably best bet to go to some hospital.
What you do is you actually call
them
and say, hey, I'm having this kind of issue. Do I come to the VA or do you send me to another hospital?
Yep.
And if they send you to another hospital, then they're responsible for the bill. It's not going to be on you.
But if I thought I was having a heart attack or something, I wouldn't waste time.
No.
Checking.
No. Definitely want to get it done as quickly as possible.
So I think most likely something like that, they'd say, fine, stay where you're at.
Yeah, whichever is the closest. I mean, if they can get to you quicker, then they'll send out an ambulance to you.
Okay.
So, I mean, it like I said, it depends on the situation, but they have the right personnel in order to handle it. So when you call, it's a good thing that they'll be able to direct you in the right direction.
Yeah. Okay.
Next is the links for the site. One of the most important links is the County Veterans Affairs Officer George Jarbo. He's helped more area veterans than anyone we know. If a veteran or his family needs help securing benefits, getting information from the government, go see George Jarbo. His office is located in room 106 in the City Council building. That's 1 East Main Street in Fort Wayne. His phone number is 260-449-7861. His fax number is 260-449-7997. His email address is georgejarbo@allencounty.us. And you can find his information at the Allen County Veteran Service Officers page.
I'd recommend anybody got any questions, call him, because he's got the answers.
Yep, he's been doing it for a long time, and he's done excellent service. He has been a great asset to veterans.
Yeah.
There's also right around the corner from his office is where you go to fill out for your tags, so you get the tax break on your tags and your houses, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And he will give you the directions on how to fill out those forms also.
I've been to George, and he's helped me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it for a really long time.
Yes,
so
he has.
He definitely knows his way around it.
Very knowledgeable.
Yep. The last issue that I have the Lucky Harley Davidson, which is a local motorcycle dealership, are in the process of trying to build a shrine at the War Memorial, at the shrine down on O'Day Road.
O'Day Road, yeah.
They're trying to do a Gulf War, Iraq, Afghanistan shrine.
Oh.
Yes, so if you want to make a donation to that, then just contact Lucky Harley Davidson, and they will give you the information on how to make a donation in order for them to get the shrine put in place.
Yeah.
If you want to donate to the shrine itself, general donations are the P.O. Box on the Allen County Council of Veterans website. Let me see, the shrine hours of operation are 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., but that is only open from before Memorial Day, the weekend, the Friday before Memorial Day, and it closes the weekend of the Veterans Day parade.
Okay.
If you want to rent a facility, you can contact Craig. I left the number with there, so he is the point of contact if you want to rent the facility out. It's 36 acres. And all of the shrines are out there. There's the Korean War shrine there. Inside there's an actual museum, and it's got memorabilia from all aspects of the Korean War, the Afghanistan, Iraqi War. You'll find a little bit of everything in there.
Way back.
Yes. And all of them were donated. Every item that's in there was a donation from prior veterans.
Yeah.
The address is 2122 O'Day Road in Fort Wayne. The last item I want to talk about is the Mercy Train. The Mercy Train, if I'm correct, please correct me if I make any kind of mistakes, is a boxcar, basically. It was a train, and what the French did was they took all of their, possessions, and they sent gifts, and they packed them all into the Mercy trains, and they sent one to each of the United States, each state in the United States. We have one here in Fort Wayne out at the O'Day Road Shrine. And it's packed with stuff that were given to us by the French. And there are only a few that are still in as good a shape as the one in O'Day Road, because the one that we have is actually covered. A lot of them that were sent here were left out in the elements, and they've just become in disrepair because they were just left out. But that is one of the ones that we have, and that's still in good shape.
It is.
And it has a unique part of it, and I'm not sure. There was a guy that came from Oregon, and he explained to me what the unique part of that actual boxcar was. It's something to do with the braking system. So that made it one of the most unique cars in the United States out of all of the Mercy cars that were sent.
That car was called a 40 and 8, right? Hold 40 men or 8 horses.
Right, yeah,
right.
yes.
Yep.
Just an enclosed box car.
It's undercover out there. It'll last a long time.
Yeah, it's under roof, which is a good thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think they store some things on the inside of it.
Yeah, I think there may be still a few of the items from when they actually sent it over that are still there also.
I didn't know that, but
They may be inside in the museum.
oh, okay. Yeah.
You been out to the museum, Dana?
No, I have not.
Well,
I tried to find it one time and I couldn't find it.
it's right off of.
US 30?
No. Well, US 30 going north, yeah, will intersect with the O'Day Road. And then it's, 2.5 miles south off
Yeah.
of 30.
So it's a left turn.
Yes.
It's a left turn.
If you
You're
use a
going-
GPS, it'll take you to the right. So you just go in the opposite direction.
Okay.
It's kind of weird.
Just off of what, Arcola Road? Or is
Yeah.
that Bass Road?
Well,
Arcola.
Bass Road, you can take Bass Road, past St. Francis. Just going west till you hit the Hamilton Road. You're right there at the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
And you can turn left onto the Yellow River Road. And then you make another left turn onto O'Day Road, which are very short distances. And you're right at the museum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worthwhile going and look at.
Yes, it is.
I will find that and check it out.
You
Yeah.
got to, yeah. I forget, when is it open?
It's open
After
Memorial Day, the Friday before Memorial Day until the Veterans Day Parade.
And it's open weekends, I think, not during the week.
It's open only on Friday and Saturday. I'm sorry, it's only open on Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
any weekend afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some very old relics in there. McClellan split saddle,
Yep.
like the horse cavalry rode in when they was fighting the Indians out west.
Mm-hmm.
Sharp rifle.
It's got some memorabilia from the Indians.
Yeah. So
I think
it
it's,
goes way back, right up to modern today.
Yep.
I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's things there that are unique that basically you don't get a chance to see anyplace else.
Mm-hmm.
That's
get back to the VA. You said they closed up the ICU.
yes.
Are they planning on opening that back up soon?
That's their
or-
plan. That's their plan. I can't tell you when.
Yeah.
I imagine that would be dependent on them hiring the correct personnel and so forth.
I think it's more of a. They have contractors actually come in and do an assessment, and I think that's how come it closed down. So they have to meet a certain criteria in order to be able to open it back up.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm thinking
Well,
that
makes
that's,
sense,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and it just may be an issue of having the be cost effective to keep it open. So,
Right.
I mean, if you don't have the right kind of doctors and personnel in order to keep it running, then it doesn't make any sense because you're not going to be able to maintain it.
Not be able to take care of the patients.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Now you were saying that are you a board member out at the shrine?
Yes. I'm actually on the Allen County Council of Veterans. I am the chaplain for our local chapter.
Okay. Now the shrine is as you say is ongoing. It's been ongoing for quite a few years.
Yes, yes. Craig Savage and Pat Allison are the point of contact, and they're also on the Allen County Council of Veterans.
Okay.
In order to be able to maintain the way of life at the shrine.
Okay. Very good. Now, I've been out to the shrine a couple times, and it looks like there's some people taking care of it out there, mowing the grass and so forth. And
Yeah, I'm one of the volunteers that actually goes out and I cut the grass. We take all of the foliage that's overgrown and we cut it down and take it and throw it and build a fire and do a bonfire. We have to make sure that when hunting season starts, that there are no squatters out there putting hides up, because it's all protected land. They're not supposed to be out there putting hides up on the land. So if we find a hide, we have to take it down. We have markers on the perimeter, and we have flyers up there that say, do not cross this land, do not put any kind
no
of
trespassing signs.
So
Okay.
How many acres is there?
36.
36. Yeah, I know it's,
I've often heard of that as being Fort Wayne's best kept secret
Yes, it is.
out there, and I don't think that museum and the shrine property gets the publicity that it needs to get veterans out there.
The reason why it doesn't get that publicity is because the board members are actually afraid that you'll get too much traffic and people will start abusing the privileges out there, and they'll start leaving trash all over the place. They'll be
Okay.
out there all hours of the night, just they won't take care of it like it's been taken care of in the past.
I see. But I understand they do have, the sheriff does patrol that once in a while,
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
and that's a good thing.
Yes.
That might hold some of that down.
Yeah, but I mean, they actually they did have somebody that lived in the shrine, because there's a actual house in the front part of it. So the person that lived on the grounds was actually the caretaker. But they don't have one at this present time, so they actually need a new caretaker in order to care for the grounds.
Have
and,
somebody there at all
Right.
times.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Allen County Council of Veterans does more than just 2 parades. You're basically in charge of Veterans Affairs
Yes.
in the county, right?
True. Yes.
So if people have problems, they could come to you.
That is true. That is correct.
First step would be George Jarbo, I suppose, but you also would give good advice, I would imagine.
Yes, I can point in the right direction. I am also a member of the DAV, the AMVETS, and the VFW. So I am integrated in just about everything, and I'm always in the VA getting as much information as possible in order to disseminate it to veterans that don't know what benefits they have available to them, where they can go or where they can turn for information, what's going on, what's new for veterans, what things that they're actually available that they can apply for. Because they just started the Agent Orange, where you could actually apply for Agent Orange and they were giving them priority. So that was something that they had just put out, but it wasn't well known. It wasn't, advertised that, hey,
Right.
if you were exposed to Agent Orange, then you can actually apply for it and receive it. So if you don't ask questions, you're never going to find out what is actually going on in the
Right.
community.
So you do provide that service.
Yes.
And that's parallel with George Jarbo, pretty
Correct.
much.
Correct.
Okay, very good. It's good service.
yeah. Navy got into the Agent Orange.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yes, it did. See, there's another one. I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, they said that they dispensed that from some of the Navy ships, carried the Agent Orange. So they was in the handling of it. And so when some of the planes flew and did the coastal work, so they,
Well, see, that's something
they used it too.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Jim Leslie's,
I know that.
Jim Leslie's son-in-law, you know.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Okay, you plan on staying with your Allen County Council of Veterans for a while?
I plan on rooting my feet in every organization that I can actually become a member of, so that I can get as much information and pass it down to people that are not veterans, that are not able to get the information on their own.
Good. Well, I can appreciate that very much. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Somebody watching right now has got a question for you. Is there some way they can get a hold of you?
They can email me. My email address is Gerard, Gerard .Willis, WILLIS @gmail.com.
Okay.
I check my email every day, so they have any questions, just shoot it to me. If I can't answer the question myself, then I can point them in the right direction or get the right point of contact to contact them.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also another organization called the Northern Indiana Military Assistance Network, NEMAN, and they are in touch with local organizations that help military out also. There was a grant given to one of the local organizations that's helping veterans with housing if they can't make their monthly housing payments. So they've been doing a lot more to help veterans because they know that veterans are going through a lot more these days with the, you know, our debt ceiling going up through the roof and not being able to make your monthly payments because the prices are going up and the money that you're making is going down. So
Right.
you're not able to meet your monthly minimum. And I mean, it's tough these days, especially if you're disabled and you're not getting the help that you need. I mean, where do you turn?
Yeah.
So the VA is trying to be more proactive as far as getting these organizations and collaborating with a lot of these civilian organizations in order to be able to help veterans more.
Yeah.
So if you're a veteran in need, why the first step would be to contact the VA, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And they should be able to point you in the right direction. Also, the internet is everybody's best friend because you can find anything out there.
Yeah.
There are so many different organizations that are popping up. The Wounded Warrior Project, soldiers, troops to teachers. So when you get out, if you want to become a teacher, they'll take you through the entire process. There's free counseling for anybody that needs it. All you have to do is call a VA, and that's one of the first things that it says when you pick up the phone. When they answer, it says, if you are having thoughts of harming yourself or others, dial this number. So they are being more proactive, but they still have a ways to go. But everything that they are actually doing is very appreciated from the veterans' standpoint.
Yeah.
Now suppose I'm a veteran and I don't have access to say the internet because I don't have a computer. Can I go to the public library and use their computer?
Yes.
So there are places they can go and get access to.
Yes, you can go to the public library. You can go to the VA itself.
Like I
They
said,
have
a telephone call would work just as well.
correct, and they also have computers in the VA.
Right. Okay.
So if there's what is it called? there's a website that the VA has for veterans in order to get your medical records, and it all goes into one place. I wish I could remember the name of it.
I wish you